Guys, in this video I want to show you how I web scrape Facebook Marketplace. Now, word of caution is make sure that if you're going to use this script, do not run it too many times. Do not go to URLs too many times because Facebook might block you. So just be cautious how much you use this. But anyways, we're going to be using Jupyter Notebook, Selenium, or Jupyter Lab, which is the same, and IPython display for showing HTML pictures. So I want to first like Jupyter Lab because it allows me to run codes in parts. So the first part that I want to do is in most of my other videos I usually use the same thing. So this is always good to just copy over from your other scripts. So from Selenium, I'm just going to import WebDriver, and then I'm going to use Google Chrome driver to activate the Chrome browser and navigate to Facebook. When every time you navigate, you will have to log in. So you can automate the login, but again, try to be a little bit more discreet. So I'll manually log in myself just to give it some time and not make Facebook detect that everything is so automatic, so quick. So I'm not sure if that's the safest way, but I kind of prefer to do that way. I haven't been blocked yet. Hopefully not yet. All right, so let's navigate. I'll hit run either by shift enter or here clicking. I like using shift enter, but I'll click just so that you guys can see. It's going to navigate to Facebook. I'm going to manually log in, and then we'll navigate to Marketplace and take it from there. So here I'm gonna still using Yahoo. Password, blah blah blah. Okay. So now that we've navigated, let's put this on the side and go here. We could disable this through the script as well, but again, I don't want to get detected. So I'll just minimize this. Now I have a URL that I'm going to be navigating, and you'll see that when you're using Marketplace, if you're looking for, in my case, if I'm looking for cars, every time I start clicking on cars, at the top the URL gets modified. So now we're looking at vehicles, and it's sorting by best match, and Facebook just added this, I think, recently. So I want to always look at newest, and now you see that this has changed to creation descending, and then let's say we put a few more parameters. Let's say I want to look at 2012 from 2008 max price, and this could be changed, but for now let's say 5,000. And oops, sorry, this is mileage. I want to put mileage at 130,000. So again, all of these parameters are getting filtered by here. And then we can make these variables. So I'm just going to copy this, and this is what I have here. So this is my new URL with all the parameters. In my next videos, I'll probably make it a little bit more dynamic, maybe create a web app using Anvil. But so that's how I got this URL. So you start, and now we could save these filters. I think the mobile app allows you to save these filters, but if you're running from desktop, I don't see any option to save these filters. So it would be good to have like predetermined, oh, this is my 5,000, my 7,000 and under, blah blah blah, and all that. So I hate having to always go through here and always predetermine and always filter for all the selections that I want. Well, that's one of the reasons why I want to web scrape it. Okay, so now that I have that, let's go back. Let's run home, and you see that I could still be using the web and now keep on running the code on this same instance of Google Chrome, because this is the one that I started with the Jupyter Lab notebook. So I'm going to run this code, and it'll do the same thing. It'll navigate to the Facebook Marketplace. In this case is vehicles, and with my predetermined, I don't have a year filter here, but so that's why it's not showing anything year filter. All right, but that's fine. Now we want to web scrape this information and kind of high level view them on Jupyter Lab here. So in order to get these elements, these web elements, we're going to look at the data source or the web code source, document source. We're going to hit right click inspect, and that pulls us, if we click, yep, that's gonna pull us this, all these mumbo jumbles, or this code here. I'm gonna put it in the bottom because I kind of like it. And then I could click this select element, and I could start looking at elements, and I want to look at what are the classes, what can I get, what ID, what class name that I could get, so I could pull this information. If I scroll all the way to the top, you see there's a big section here, and we'll click here and see what we get. So we have this main role, this whatever class this is called, and we could start selecting here, and it keeps on driving deeper. And here we are getting somewhere. Let's see if we click a little bit more. Yep, the 65 dB I kind of like. And then this is where we get into the individual cars or listings. So we want to, I think this is the one that has the URL and the title. So let's take this, copy this. This is a class. I'm gonna go back to Jupyter, click it. Actually, it's just gonna say driver. We're gonna say find, and if I hit tab, I'll get all these elements. These are multiple elements, so I want to get elements by class name, and this is where I'm gonna paste that class name that I just grabbed. So, and then here we could say text. Let's see what we get. Oops, sorry. So because there's multiple of them, this is we kind of have to loop through them. So let's actually write it. Let's say elements equals this, and then we'll do a for loop for L, which is any variable, or X, in elements. I hit tab in order to complete. Now I'm going to print the text. Let's see if I get anything. And oh, I gotta remove this text from here. Okay, so that's not going to provide me any text because there is no text, but the retrieves nothing. But then I could say let's get attribute, because I did see that there are attribute. And for attributes, if I go back to the page source here, attributes are like these hrefs, the class, the title. So that we want the title. And if I pull the by class name, okay, so I am not getting anything. That's correct, actually. So I actually forgot to say print. I forgot to say print. That's exactly why. So there we go. Now we have all the cars listed on the view. Again, if I scroll, then I think I will see more, but that's good enough for now. We'll probably do other videos showing. And let me actually look at the print text and see if I get anything, because I was not writing it correctly. I'll just replace this with text. And there it is. Oh, I get a lot of text. Let's actually see what we get. So you can play around with all the elements, kind of take a look at what does each one gives you. Let's put a line so we see where it breaks. And there we go. So here's telling us the text. If we go by this class, is getting the amount, the car title, and then the miles. That's great because we want to strip out dealership. I don't want to look at dealership cars. So that is one thing that I want to do. And then the other thing, we want to get the picture. So let's see if we could get that. Let's take a look if we could get the picture first from this element, which I think we can. In order to get pictures, we will import the ipython.core display. So let's get that in here. Yeah, let's get that in here. That's fine. We'll say from. See if it gives us IPython dot core display. We're going to import display. I guess HTML will work, but anyways, I found this one to work online. Display, and then I'll say HTML. Okay, that's fine. Now, once we run, we want to print the text. We're going to print a line, and then right after the text, we're actually going to say display HTML. Hopefully this will work. Dot get attribute outer HTML. All right, let's give this a try and see if this actually works. So perfect. All right, there we go. So we click, we run, and now we are having our picture along with the description, text description that we wanted. So we have a ninja here. Obviously this is not a car, so we might want to strip things out here a bit. But we don't have a description. So in this case, I mean, this is pretty neat so far. This is how cool is this? There's 4 lines here to get to our URL, and then 2 lines here to get to the Facebook URL, which is already filtered based on the conditions that we want. And we could again save this as URL 1, 2, and 3, and have multiple description. Maybe describe them a little bit better. And then with this simple code here, we're able to strip out all the information that we would need. So that's pretty neat. Now, again, when I'm looking at cars, I don't want to look at dealership cars. I just want to go to this is my preference. So you could have an option box if I created a web app saying you want to look at dealership cars or you want to look at regular people, sellers. So we could exclude dealership. We can actually exclude dealership because this is all included. So if I say, let's say, and let's say we want to make, what do we have? We have Infinity, and we have Lincoln, we have Hyundai, Nissan. So we probably have make. So we could filter both make and dealership. So we're gonna say if we'll say if a name of, let's say, Infinity in element let's put a variable here saying what so this text here, actually we don't need this element because I thought it was more a string longer. And I'm going to say not dealership. Then I want to show all this. I'll get rid of this because I thought I was going to use it, but I'm not. I don't think I'm going to use it. So there it is. So that actually works. So we only print out Infinity that are not dealer based. So there's only 2 of them. Let's say if we do select ones with dealership, then we only have this one. Let's change this to Honda. So I think these are more popular, and there's a few of them, right? So dealership, no dealership. Great. This is exactly what I wanted to do. Not dealership. And I'm getting the picture. So I just showed you how quickly it is to actually strip out the data, go have a filtered URL that is already determining the amount. Let's say I want to change this to 15,000, and maybe let's get lower mileage car. Let's go to 30,000. I don't know if I will get anything actually. Let's go to 80,000, and let's actually navigate to that. So you see that our page navigates to that. And now I'm only hitting Facebook once when it's like loading as a request, and then I'm just looking at the data. So I hope I don't get blocked. But again, that's where I say be careful. And now if we look at Hondas for under 10,000, under $15,000, we get a lot more cars here. And if there is our list, and you'll see that we have vehicles of 10,500 and so forth. So yeah, I mean, there's tons of things that we could get. We could also get the href, which would give us the link. So we could also say not display, sorry. Let's say we want to print and we want to get attribute. And now we have the link here, so that we could navigate to it or have it available. So that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy this. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned. In our next video, we're going to deep dive a little bit more here, maybe fix this a little bit more, and then somehow create a web app.